I enjoy e-bikes, and I'm approached daily by someone wanting me to take a look at their bike, and I turn down the vast majority if it gets seen on KevCentral. There's something about it that piqued my interest. Enter the brand Urtopia and you'll see why. They caught my eye in a moment. First, let me say I like the packaging right out. A box that can be open, laid flat, then it has a nice little saying inside, classy. Urtopia is the brand model Carbon 1S. This is an express look at the bike because it has to be shipped off to its next event, and if I sound a little tentative, it's because there's so much to this bike that I'm literally finding something new every time I'm around it. Feature packed in every way possible and perfectly named because it's full carbon fiber. And I'm not talking about just the frame, I mean the handlebars, carbon fiber, the fork, carbon fiber, the seat post, yep, carbon fiber. Also wedge shaped with the coolest clamp system I've ever seen. It's hidden, can't even show it to you, but it's under here. Just about everything on this bike is seamlessly integrated and the overall design absolutely stunning. It's award-winning and that shows. There's so much to say and my time with it is limited, so I'm going to get right into a speed rundown of what makes up the Carbon 1S and how it's very different from any other e-bike I've reviewed. First and foremost, e-bike stuff. This frame is a sized frame. It's medium, also available in a small and a large. The battery is integrated, removable via a keyed lock. The battery itself, 36 volts, 9.8 amp hour. It can be charged in or out of the bike. And with it removed, we get a peek at the carbon fiber internals. Easy to remove, easy to install, so a good start for it as an e-bike, but a good e-bike needs to at first be a good bike. And this you can look past because the shipping bike actually has a good Shimano trigger shifter. Grips, rubber comfort grips, these are lock-ons. The brakes, Tektro hydraulic disc brakes, and that's disc front and rear. The rotors, 160 millimeters front and rear. Tektros, familiar, reliable. Wheels, double wall alloy, branding New Urban Urtopia. The tires, Kenda 700 by 35C, and these are K-Shield. Drivetrain, a 1x7 at the back. You see a tourney here. I believe the shipping bikes have a better derailleur. My eyes go instantly to what that is shifting, and that is a Shimano cassette. I also like to see this, the external bearing bottom bracket, and this is where the torque sensor is. Yes, torque sensor, the Carbon 1S, is a torque sensing e-bike, so no cadence sensor. And the true torque comes from here, the Urtopia branded 350 watt motor. So all that e-bike stuff, usable, but undeniably the frame design is the first place the eyes will go. It's absolutely beautiful. Let me backtrack one more bike-specific detail. This didn't come with the side stand, but I see at some point there was one mounted. The important thing is if you like side stand, there is a mount integrated into the frame. That's all the basics and a lot of carbon fiber. Now let's get to what sets this apart. The tech details, like this. That's a thumbprint sensor. This bike can be bound to a specific user via thumbprint for maximum security. This is also the on and off button. This display, very modern, but also somewhat retro with the pixel dot graphics. The bike also has an app, and this is where I get overwhelmed in my short time with the bike because there's so much to this. Social features, ride and tracking stats, full bike controls. There's an integrated speaker on the bike for audible feedback. Some more basic functions here. Headlight on, off. You can beep the horn with the button. A setting for practically everything. For instance, vibration level. Those carbon fiber handlebars not only have a display, but there's also vibration feedback for each selected function. So much here, even expansion to bring in other products to work with the e-bike, and eSIM because this bike has built-in 4G LTE connectivity. That allows GPS tracking, fencing, security, and of course software updates, which I'm told regularly bring new features to the bike. The biggest feature, aside from the bike being carbon fiber, is that it has integrated AI. This is a ChatGPT integrated bike. It's literally an AI controlled bike capable of recognizing and responding to verbal commands. Light off.
Light off.
Turn left.
Turn left carefully.
Here's a list of every verbal command the bike can currently understand. And practically everything is customizable. For example, there are multiple display layouts, some of which can display current weather conditions, calories burned, cadence, and so on. And how about this? That display can be used with a 4G LTE and GPS to give turn-by-turn directions.
Head west, then turn right.
right on the bike's headset. In the app, you can also turn the tail light into a brake light, and it's a smart brake light. It senses when the bike is decelerating. Super cool, but not as cool as this. Those round thingies on the tail light, those project a running light onto the ground around the rear of the bike. In person, it looks even better, and they aren't just static projections. Remember that turn signal function I just showed on the display? Those running lights double as nighttime turn signals for safer riding. So super cool. Yeah, there's a lot to this bike. Let's get to my test ride. Hill climbing. I'm told this bike is supposed to be a good hill climber, and it is because I took it to Bike Eater Hill. That torque sensor in combination with the 7 available speeds means easy assisted climbing all the way to the top. In my full day of test riding, I tried all the hills. I usually try e-bikes on, and this climbed them all without breaking a sweat in Portland in southern humidity. Easy enough that I can climb a steep hill with one hand on the bars without wavering the bike all over the place. In regards to pedal cadence, this is torque sensing, so just pick a gear and pedal. The bike will gauge the pressure and apply the proper output. The 7 available speeds will control how far that scales up. Apparently, the GoPro's refresh rate and the refresh rate on this display are the same, so you can't see it, but I can, perfectly visible in southern sun. Now initially, I couldn't get the bike to go over 20 miles per hour assisted. Then I was pointed to a rather obvious setting in the app where I was able to unlock it, and I can confirm the bike will do 25 miles per hour. And the bike is smooth over bumps, which comes in handy when doing 25 miles per hour. All that carbon fiber very absorbing on rough streets. The bike's 350 watt motor is more than enough because of this bike's light frame. I have bikes that weigh more than this bike's 35 pounds, and they're not e-bikes, so riding this, I could actually ride this without pedal assist, ramp up the pedal assist levels, and it's pure fun. There are 3 pedal assist levels, but it's technically 4 because you have 1, 2, and 3. The 4th mode is called Turbo. Press and hold the up arrow on the bike's D-pad to get into Turbo, and you have all the motor's power all at once. Probably the only downside to the ride is that the voice controls, I can't use them when I'm doing 25 miles per hour, so I have to use the D-pad for that. I also find that I'm using the turn signals even in daylight when they aren't visible. I didn't even notice that till I was editing this footage. I regret that I don't have more time with this bike because it's such a fun bike to ride. It also means I can't do range testing like I normally do, so I have to go by what Urtopia says. They claim up to 60 miles of battery range per charge. I rode for over 15 miles at pedal assist 3 with ample use of turbo, and I still had battery left. And that's with lots of hill climbing, so 60, I don't know, it might be doable in pedal assist 1 on flat ground. The world's first AI ChatGPT powered e-bike. It's been nice to have a go at this. A full carbon fiber e-bike made for 25 mile per hour top speeds and easy hill climbs. I think they nailed it, and in the process created a very attractive bike. My time with this bike went by way too fast. I'm impressed by it, and I want to know what you think. Comment below. Let me hear what you have to say. You know I read each and every comment. Thanks so much for watching KevCentral, and have a great day.